Good afternoon and welcome to Random Acts of Poetry. Today's piece of poetry is coming from Away with Angus, my first piece of published work. I'm struggling today. This is the third take and I really like this poem. It's a very simple poem. Its words seem to be coming to fruition in this version of or maybe I'm only realising the realisation that prompted the writing of this poem. Habits, ideas, dreams and patterns, they're like our crutches to help us through the day. And they're important. Morning coffee, exercising the mind, practicing acts of devotion. We shouldn't get too hung up when things don't work out. Our expectations will lead us into disappointment, delusion, our attachments to what those things are, to how that practice, to how that goal, how that thing will come out, or the outcome of it can end us or lead us into dissatisfaction. For instance, on Friday, my Kung Fu session that I've just gone to put online had no sound. There's no need for frustration, disappointment. It's a learning curve, it's a step, it's something to double check and make sure it doesn't happen again. But it gives me an opportunity to redo the work in a better format, a more structured format perhaps. Perhaps that's why it slipped, because my heart wasn't really in it. The universe works in wonderful ways. And this is what this poem is about. It's the same as my Friday work. The book that I thought I'd finished, I haven't finished. So the garden is now just a poem within the empire of thoughts. And isn't that the nature of the empire of thoughts? Thoughts quite often just lead to nothing. Thoughts get thunk. Where do we go with these ideas? So the plan moving forwards is Away with Angus on Monday, the Empire of Thoughts on Friday, and Wednesdays may or may not be a random act of poetry day. We'll see. So let's try this poem again. Are we ready? I hope so. Unperceived Vision. One night a prayer was sent through a paradoxical rent in the fabric of time and space. As I worshipped, I saw your face, floating, smiling, benign. It was finally the time to open up my heart and stop tearing apart the unity of the cosmos. Closing heavy eyes, dazzled by divine skies, the vision always filled by a picture that thrilled. The more I viewed, it would seem. Whenever I had time to dream, essential particles of the world, together they were being hurled to form the features of your visage. Now your name is no longer a mumble upon the lips of the humble, but a statement to be made by those who are unafraid to open up to the realisation of transcendental elation. Able to ignore human ego, there is one thing I at last know. The world is here for you to love.